first tap out. And the umpire right onto this. And there's a box on already.
Well, they're instigated by Geelong.
Well, that was predictable because Geelong are going to be fired up.
Dwyer's booted the ball downfield. And the wrestle continues. Burke and Wilson.
And it's still going on the outer side there.
Schultz is in there.
Hughes and Stretch.
It's a decent old Donnybrook. Entirely predictable.
And what's got to happen now is players have got to get in front. You see the free kick's been played at centre half back for Geelong.
Pretty willing out there.
Goes on. But the umpire will pick out technical freeze. In fact, he's bounced the ball.
The play's continuing and so is the fight. We might get a go out of this. Steins, beautifully tackled by Bruns. Campbell shoots and misses. And the brawl is still going on.
Well, actually, had Melbourne kicked a goal, then it would have gone against Geelong.
The emergency umpire's out there. I wouldn't be surprised if a few numbers have been taken. That'll be the last thing that either side would want, especially the winner of today's game. Mark is taken by Hamilton for Geelong. Hamilton from half-back. Looking for Bruns. Wilson in the road. Bad kick. Could prove costly. Wilson at centre field to put Melbourne deep into attack again. Short pass. On a lead was Bennett. He would have been well within kicking distance. Unfortunately for him, wasn't able to take the grab. Oh, solid stuff from Dersma. It's taken away by David Cameron. Geelong swing into attack for the first time up towards left half forward. And a chance down there for Linder.
The bounce favours Grinter. Oh, he's met solidly there by Stoneham. Good play, Barry Stoneham. The umpire very quick on the scene.
Linder's taken out Johnson. You see Johnson on the bottom.
And Don, this was very predictable with the build-up about Geelong's.
Well, Ian, if they're going to do it, it's the best time to do it right at the start now. Let's get it over and done with because there's going to be about another 90 minutes of football.
The umpire has called play on and Alan Johnson runs away from half-back for Melbourne. There's a bit of a dust-up still behind play, but Johnson, no-nonsense stuff. Up towards half-forwards, a free kick to Melbourne. It's going to the big ruckman, O'Dwyer.
There's another fight down there.
Goes a tackle by Flanagan on Steins. You can see there Hocking taking his eye off the ball, and obviously Geelong are going out with one thing in mind, and that's to rough Melbourne up.
So Steve O'Dwyer has the football about 40 metres from goal. Questionable distance for the big fellow. Pretty determined. He hooks the kick into the left forward pocket. Marking contest. The ball comes to the ground. Melakalis misses it. Steve Hocking gets it out to Darcy. Darcy's kick high in towards the centre. High flyer Ablett couldn't mark. Stoneham. Grinter well tackled by Stoneham. I thought fairly. Umpire said no. Free kick will go to Rodney Grinter.
And Ian, this ball is very treacherous. The rain falling. It is very hard to handle.
Grinter's kick directly down the ground to half forward. It's becoming, as Don said, pretty slippery. And picked up for the Cows, a Melbourne player down at Steins. In the meantime, Stephen Hocking breaks clear. Up towards centre field. Oh, beautiful mark. Taken by Drum. A real slider. Wet weather football at its best. Long hand pass. Picked up for the catch by Buse. From right half forward. Strong mark. Billy Brownless. And within kicking distance. He and Bennett, two of the best kicks in the competition. And you find Bill Brownless, despite the wet ball, will get the distance.
Well, he was named at centre half back, Brownless, but I couldn't believe they'd line up the way they did on paper, Geelong.
Brownless, 45 out. He's got the distance, the accuracy, a little astray, I fancy. One behind, so scores level. What a game so far. Early stages. Alan Johnson, who looked to be KO'd, has got up off the ground. Jimmy Steins licks the wounds, literally. White, a beautiful tap on, but over the back is Brownless again. Tries to find a teammate. Melbourne player there with his jumper torn. O'Dwyer.
It's a Melbourne player down behind play too.
Free kick going Melbourne's way, Don. And it might be taken by Newport or O'Dwyer. Let's take a look at that. Taken out by Hocking. Fair bump. Off the play, Newport.
Newport's kick towards centre half forward, the 50-metre line. The punch by Schultz from behind. Kick off the ground by Healy. Comes out wide towards half forward. The race is on. Wilson in front. Gathers well. Brilliant tackle, Melakalis. Play on, says the umpire. Good umpiring. Schultz. Wilson recovers well from the knockdown. The kick around towards half forward, but intercepting brilliantly as Bruns, and he takes the mark at half back. He plays on quickly, and the kick is equally as brilliant. Finds Drum on centre wing. Great opening to the first semi-final here at the MCG. Drums kick now, up towards half-forward, and a great mark taken by Stoneham. At half-forward, Barry Stoneham plays on quickly, kicks it up towards half-forward, but chipping in nicely is Sean White, and he takes the mark for the Demons. Plays on quickly. That's the Melbourne player that was down behind play just a few seconds ago. Brett Lovett recovers, kicks it out towards the wing. The mark is taken by Viney. Viney is 25 metres on his own. Now he kicks up towards the forward pocket area for Melbourne. Marking contest, the ball at the back. Flanagan taps it on to Darcy. Darcy goes out to Gary Hocking. His little chip pass finds the player Hamilton on centre wing. Hamilton, the kick is smothered. The ball on centre wing. Lovett, good strong play. Gets a little chip kick out to Grinter. He's fouled. Umpire says that's all right by me. So the boundary throw-in will take place centre wing out of side.
Good hip and shoulder from Gary Ablett. Interesting duel between he and Grinter. Why, beautiful punch, as good as a kick. Now let's see if Brownless can make amends. He's a long way from goal. He won't score with that kick. Johnson gets well underneath the ball. Ball fisted forward. Chance for Drum again. Dispossessed pretty smartly, and the ball over the boundary line in front of Stoneham. And he looks the worse for wear. Love it, doesn't he?
Why can't they get him a new jumper quickly?
I dare say they're looking. He certainly stands out. Ablett with the big leap. Couldn't control it. There he is, Lovett from a standing start. Viney in front of Hamilton. Viney at the left half-back flank. Still the rain persists. That's a shocking kick. And well blocked by the gentleman with the umbrella.
Which one?
The one that put it over the fence. You'd hang on to him today. It's still a wrestle. Dwyer this time thumps it 10 metres the other way. He's doing well in the ruck so far, Steve O'Dwyer. Buse from right centre wing. Cats swing into attack again. Limner in front. Can't complete the mark. Grinter will do the tidying up work. Ablett dives on top of him. Pushing the back, says the umpire. And that already shaping up as the top duel of the afternoon. Grinter just up from the left back pocket. And Dwyer again. Ball fisted further forward. Sean White with Stoneham. Off the ground towards the boundary line. Healy gets around Drum. Hooks the ball back to centre wing, and a safe mark taken by Viney.
Viney doing well in the early minutes. High kick. Centre half forward. No mark. The ball at the back. A big punch there by Flanagan. Comes to Bruns. Bruns nearly hemmed in, but finds space to get his kick away. And good play by Bruns. Dropping the ball was Cameron. He plays on though. 1 against 2. Now Stretch appears on the scene, and with superior pace, Stephen Stretch breaks away. A magnificent kick finds Steins. And Steins is between wing and half forward. Jimmy Steins, the kick into the half forward area. Spalding can't mark. The ball comes to ground. Opportunity for Road, picked up by Johnson. The kick towards the half forward line, and the mark is taken by the skipper, Greg Healy. So now the boys may have settled down. We might see some footy from now on in. Greg Healy up towards the front of the square. No mark taken. It comes to the back. Oh, Spalding fumbles at the critical stage. Kick off the ground by the Geelong defender. Hocking goes through for a behind to Melbourne. So Melbourne lead. Neither side has scored a goal, and Yates will kick the ball in for Geelong. 2 points to 1 point. Yates goes to the outer side. The high drop punt kick outside 50. Burke attempts to punch the ball on. Gather by Steins. Good athletic football by the big fellow. The kick towards full forward, punched away by the Geelong defence. At the bottom of the pack where Rovers should be is Malacallis. The short pass goes wide. Hamilton has the football and kicks Geelong into attack. Up towards half forward. The Geelong fans scream as Gary Ablett swoops on it, but Stoneham's there to help out. The little chip kick. Knocking it over the head was White. Opportunity now for Geelong in their forward line, but a free kick has been picked out of it now, and it'll go back to Rodney Grinter.
The umpire's a little technical at the moment. They're trying to keep control.
I guess that's to be expected too. Hamilton centering kick. Stoneham within kicking distance. Well, certainly on a dry day he would be. One of the, I could say, almost flops of the Cats side last week. They were expecting a lot from Barry Stoneham last week. He was taken out of the game. And again, he had a few mates, didn't he? Stoneham, 45 out. Going pretty close. Might be our first goal of the day. It is.
Side than the one we saw last week, but things did settle down, as Ian Robertson said, and they did start to play football. Particularly Gary Ablett late in the first quarter when he took this mark.
This kick inside 50. Huge pack of players. Abner. Well, has he come down with that mark? That is an amazing grab.
It is a mark. It's a mark, Pete.
What a
no
mark.
doubt. No doubt that he's taken that mark.
Well, just watch this. This man is simply amazing.
Sensational grab.
And at quarter time, not a lot in it. Geelong leading by 10 points. 3-3-21. Melbourne off target. 1-5-11 as we go to the opening bounce of the second quarter.
First semi-final between Geelong and Melbourne. 10 points the difference in favour of the Cats. 3-3 to 1-5 after a torrid opening here. Dwyer and Burke neither gets a decisive tap away from the circle. Different opening to the first quarter, certainly. Spalding's kick is short, that was touched off the boot, actually. Opportunity for Phoebe. Right on 50. Will he get Melbourne's second goal? The distance will be pretty right.
No.
Beveridge is marked.
Free kick behind play. It was just like Anthropos yesterday. Tony Campbell taking out Neville Bruns as Phoebe went for goal. I mean, this is stupid play. Tony Anthropos pinged yesterday as Michael Long went into goal, and now Campbell has been done exactly the same thing too by the umpire as Phoebe had a shot.
I wonder if John Northey will apply the same punishment.
See there, and a lot that is coming into the game a lot now, Peter. The fact that when players drop their arms, they lay down misères for players running in the opposite way. It's not a good sign.
Also, I guess you'd have to call it fairly unnecessary. Boss's kick off out, but he took a screamer in the first quarter, not quite there on this occasion. Hocking breaks clear. The Geelong player got a nice old whack behind the ear too. Ball up towards midfield. It's becoming pretty solid again. Steins overruns it. 3 Geelong players at the fall of the ball, which is still to be picked up. Free kick. And
Yes, Melbourne have been
Donnybrook.
sucked in here in the early minutes, Pete.
Actually,
Melbourne certainly
this
been
is
sucked
stupid
in.
because I can see Geelong players taking their eye off the ball. Now, Flanagan, although he's not in that, did not have any eyes at all for the ball. He was going for Steins. And these Geelong players still intent on headhunting.
And Melbourne being sucked in.
My word, Ian.
Tony Campbell in the thick of things as he was before.
And Neville Bruns not too good. He was the bloke that Campbell cleaned up earlier. The doctor and the runner still with him.
And Yates takes the kick, but I think it's going to have to be returned.
And actually, there's a report out there too. The umpire
He's writing something in the
is
book.
writing something in the book. He's taken Campbell's number and also Yates.
I would say Campbell for Yates.
There was a few fists being swung in that little melee, and Bruns coming off the ground. Neville Bruns off the ground, so he's not too good. Now, he picked up a lot of possessions, 10 kicks in the first quarter. It was a real match winner on the wing for Geelong, so he'll be missed, but he's being replaced by Bairstow.
One of the favourites for the Brownlow medal.
Kick's going the other way to Melbourne by the look of it. No, it's being bounced.
Ball up. Dwyer and Flanagan, the 2 redheads, resume their battle. Ball fisted down towards Phoebe. Campbell and Bairstow in the thick of things already. Campbell off the ground. And the whistle has gone again.
And the umpire's going to be very technical from here on because he's going to gain control or try and regain some control. And that, again, was a Tiggy Touchwood free kick. But Campbell, who's been in the action early in this first quarter, receiving it. Second quarter, receiving it.
Campbell's kick towards centre half forward. Nice looking drop punt. Big punch away by the Geelong defence. Thumped by Healy up towards half forward. Gather by Beveridge. Left foot snap by Beveridge. Is through for another behind. So Melbourne having no luck with their snapshots. But still not too far away on the scoreboard. Geelong lead by 9 points. And Michael Roberts has a view on Neville Bruns.
Yes, Neville Bruns came off the ground. He's been dry reaching, but he's holding his jaw. I would say that he's suffering from concussion.
The kick in goes to Gary Hocking. Gary Hocking at half back. Kick towards centre wing. There's no one home for Geelong. Yates is the first there, and he slips as he gathers the ball. And Campbell and Yates having a little bit of a to-do, and I guess that's connected with the Campbell tackle on Bruns a little bit earlier in the quarter. The ball goes over the back from the throw-in. Love it. Gets the hand pass out to Dersma. Dersma's kick towards half forward. Gathered now by Steve Hocking. Can't control the football. Malakalis, a short left foot kick in towards the centre. Gather now by Bairstow, who's on the ground, and good to see Mark Bairstow, a great kick gatherer all the year. The ball at the front of the pack. Malacala swoops on it. Hand pass over the top. Opportunity for Yates. Oh, he's nearly tripped by Dursma, but Yates goes on with it towards the 50-metre line. Yates goes for goal. Nearly the mark. No, it comes out the back to Grinter. Rebound football because Phoebe's on his own. Out on that outer wing. The bounce favours Stephen Phoebe. He has one bounce. Runs up towards the wing and kicks Melbourne up towards the 50-metre line. No mark to Spalding. Opportunity for Wilson at the fall of the ball. He gets the hand pass back to Phoebe. Good play by Melbourne. The short pass finishes with Steins on the 50-metre line. Jimmy Steins now kicks Melbourne up towards the goal square. Spalding, it comes to the back. It's punched through. Oh, Beveridge must have licked his lips there. And the ball through for a behind to Melbourne.
Now this game wide open now for any player that wants to put his eyes on the ball and go and get the ball, because the players are going for the man, not the ball. So the fellow who has got the courage and commitment will finish up with the ball now.
3-3 to 1-7. Mark taken by Hocking in front of Beveridge. Hocking just up from the back pocket. 21 3/4 minutes left in the second term. Looks like Wales have started in a torrid fashion, as did the first. Hughes and Boss. Boss keeps Healy at bay down towards half forward. Drum almost the mark, not played by the umpire. Hand pass comes out to Grinter, who's doing well. Great battle with Ablett so far. Grinter streaming out of the fence, knock on by Hocking. Beveridge, fresh air shot. Leaves it for Darcy. Back towards centre wing and the mark to Hamilton. A little bit short of centre wing. Still in Geelong's defensive zone. Towards centre wing and Dursman out. Dursman out of bounds. The ball stays in. Only momentary perhaps. As Lovett cops a high one. That'll be a free kick.
That's what I mean. Plenty of loose balls for guys prepared to keep their eye on the ball. Lovett took his eye off the ball, but Bairstow came through and also took his eye off the ball.
A play on call. Lovett does. The target was Spalding. Ball twisted well clear of him. Should be picked up by Newport. Farms out the hand pass well. On the run is Rhodes. Still inside the square. Hocking runs at him. Oh, that was a little bit unnecessary. If that wasn't a trip, I'll go he.
Actually, Hocking's given away more free kicks than anybody else in the league, and that's the report for kicking.
Peter Rhodes still limping, and no wonder at that. That was totally unnecessary. And I would say that ankle would be very, very sore. Ricky Jackson warming up. Obviously, the coach feels that Peter Rhodes might have to come off. So 2 reports at least so far. There may be more after the all-in in the first quarter. So it's going to be a busy night at the VFL Tribunal tomorrow night, isn't it? Bennett almost. Darcy. Wilson at the fall of the ball. Well shepherded. Racing towards the boundary line. Steins couldn't quite pick it up. And it'll be a throw-in 2 metres from the behind post. Melbourne's right forward pocket. John Northey goes for the phone. Obviously checking the condition perhaps of Peter Rhodes if he can.
I think Beveridge might be the man coming off for Jackson.
Maybe he's not as bad as we thought then, Don. Knocked down by Steins. Hughes does it beautifully to Bairstow. Good to see him on the ground. Back-up support again from Hughes. The Cats out of danger up the centre field.
Malacallis was the kicker ball. The ball went up towards the centre wing. Free kick being picked out of it to Stoneham. It's against Dursma. Stoneham's kick into the forward pocket. Ablett. Oh! How do you describe that?
Brilliant.
Miraculous stuff by Gary Ablett.
He's a master at that. I've seen him do that on countless occasions. He's got tremendous upper body strength. But just watch here. 2 players lock arms. There it is, the locking of arms. He's just got tremendous upper body strength.
Beveridge off and Jackson on, as was forecast just a few minutes earlier. Ablett goes for goal. Magnificent kick.
1-7 now. 2 to Ablett, 2 to Stoneham. Goal kickers for Geelong. O'Dwyer trying to get clear for Melbourne and doing it well as Todd Viney. The Demons badly need a goal. They've been inaccurate. Bennett marks, or has he dropped it? No, he's played it. And Bennett within kicking distance. That won't be a problem for him, this West Australian.
They need to convert, Pete.
His conversion rate's not good, is it? 1-5 at the end of the first quarter, now 1-7. Darren Bennett, formerly of the West Coast Eagles, gets the distance. And the accuracy, oh no.
See, the goal umpire hardly moved.
And Bennett didn't move as well, and I thought it was the late Emmers there for a goal on that occasion.
By Roger Selwood, pretty certain about that. So Tim Darcy to kick in. Melbourne's tally moves to 1 goal, 8. The adage bad kicking is bad football, I guess, is soon to become applicable. To the outer side, Spalding, the flyer, great mark over Schultz. Gets the hand pass away. The recipient is Newport, tries the spiral punt. A magnificent kick from Newport. Look at that, he's stopped it. Great goal.
Now watch on this occasion when Spalding gets it, he plays on quickly, and I hope we've got a shot of how Gary Hocking did not put himself into the action and let Newport run away. Now here we go again. Watch this, a great mark. He gets up, Newport, watch him quickly. And there, look at Hocking on the right of screen there, did not put himself in at all.
Loves to see those kick the spiral.
Just what Melbourne needed, though.
Back into the centre, great goal kicked by Newport, knocked away by O'Dwyer, 7 points the difference.
Healy's kick out of the centre. Now the race is on between Malacallis and Jackson. Malacallis gathers with 18 minutes left in the second term. Kicks it back into the centre. O'Dwyer, Burke. The ball runs free road. Now free kick to Burke. O'Dwyer hanging on, and umpire Russo in a magnificent position.
There's nobody on Burke's mark either, so there's Melbourne. A little bit of lack of discipline.
Burke runs up and kicks the torpedo punt kick towards full forward. A big punch by the Demon defence. Finishes with Healy. Healy's kick back in towards the centre, and Burke marks unopposed. Gets the hand pass off. Now Boss up towards full forward. In front O'Dwyer. Gather now by Cameron. Gets the hand pass to Hamilton. Hamilton's well scragged. He still has the football underneath him, Shane Hamilton. And Rodney Grinter there for Melbourne comes up with the ball. Umpire will bounce in the right forward pocket for Geelong and Malcolm Blight. Some anxious moments ahead because this is a do-or-die semi-final. The loser is out of the finals race.
O'Dwyer and Burke having a great battle. Burke won that one. Ablett tries to beat 3 of them. Finally soccers it off the ground towards the square. Brownless' snapshot well smothered. Here's a chance. David Cameron has got it. Campbell off and Yates on for Melbourne. 13 points the difference after that goal kicked by David Cameron down to half forward. Ablett again, creating opportunities. 25 metres out, 10 metres out, and beats it. 3 goals to Gary Ablett. 19 points the difference.
And the signs not good for Melbourne. Not good at all the way they got the ball out of the centre there on that occasion. It was Flanagan quickly down the centre. Ablett well blocked and shepherded here by Cameron on Grinter.
Having a great deal, those two.
Well, Gary Ablett, we know he's a super player, and he's just proving that halfway through this second quarter in the first semi-final. Kicked by Viney from the centre circle out towards the members' wing. Jackson, the bounce favours him, and with his left hand taps it on in front of himself, gets the hand pass back. Lovett at half-back kicks it towards the wing, and Wilson takes the mark on his chest in front of Steve Hocking. Wilson's short pass is a shocker, out of bounds on the full in front of Todd Viney, so the free kick will go to Malacallis. The 2 number 12s, Malacallis and Todd Viney. Malacallis kicks the ball in towards the centre. No mark, it comes through the back of all players, Bairstow and Newport. Newport obviously given instructions now to pick up Mark Bairstow, and the umpire will call for a bounce.
Graham Yates on for Melbourne. He started on his change.
Tony Campbell, the Melbourne player who went off the field. Steins beaten for it. Hocking, that's Gary Hocking, tries to tap it forward. Yates now gets it out to the advantage of Newport. The hand pass further afield, but Buse, the desperado for Geelong, gets the kick across his body, and it's great. It finds Bairstow on centre wing. Bairstow's a loose player up on half forward. It's Stoneham. Stoneham runs onto the ball, kicks it into the pocket. It's a great kick too. It finds Lindner for his first touch of the match. Lindner allowed to play on. Left foot step by Lindner. Misses to the left.
(6-4 to 2-8). 40 plays 20. Johnson to kick in. Melbourne not out of this match by any stretch of the imagination, but Geelong looking the goods at the moment. The Cats have moved up a gear like Hawthorn did in the second quarter yesterday. It's a good mark taken by Yates. Kick back for the Cats by Bairstow. Stoneham. There's a winning kick. 2 goals. Has a chance to make it 3. And Geelong hitting a purple patch at the moment. Barry Stoneham down last week, up today. And Dersma completely misread that. So Stoneham directly in front and gets it. 9 to 5-13. So 32 points if Melbourne is to get back. They've got a long way to go. Schultz, the 2 number 7. Wilson may get there first. He's given it to Jackson. Well, centering kick for O'Dwyer, who marks. Good kick by Jackson, possibly realising he was on too bad of an angle. He was almost on the boundary line. Saw O'Dwyer. I don't think it was the best pass he'd ever get all day, Don.
I think he
No, I
tried
thought
to
he
kick it
might
to the
have gone
other
for
player.
goal on that occasion.
I thought he tried to kick it to the other player, Campbell.
Whichever one wasn't a good pass if you'd like it that way. But O'Dwyer's got it, importantly for Melbourne. 15 metres out. What's he done? It's a goal.